Greetings, Minecrafters! Nonsanity here, and welcome to another episode 9 of OmniFactory. Lots of project chests today. I've been doing stuff between cameras, between episodes, and now we get to put together what I've prepared. So, let's get started. Alright, so, what have I been up to? Well, I moved some of my high quantity ingot drawers from over by the mob farm over to here and started new ones to fill up just so that I have these on hand. I haven't brought over the tin or the copper yet. I can combine this iron with that iron. Well, no, this one's still full. I brought these over for my circuit making because I'm going to go ahead and use crafting. Automatic crafting on these things. It's the only way to do the circuits. I haven't set anything up yet. I just placed these here. This one has got the polyethylene. These three have rubber, and I do have N steel cable at level 1, 8, and 16 in here because they each take a different program circuit. And then these last four have tin, and they'll be for making circuits. And around back, I've got a melter for rubber and a melter for tin that are getting fed from this interface that keeps stocked. I'm going to avoid crafting cards because supposedly those are the worst offenders when it comes to lag in AE. But, these are all empty still, so I'll eventually put some stuff in there. I have been making more titanium using magnesium and the titanium tetrachloride, which is currently completely empty. But as it comes in, when I've got it running, it mixes with the magnesium here and generates... Is there over here? Nope. Okay, I already cleared it out. But I also have this one, the deuterium that I was making before. Switching that one over and putting in energetic blend, which is redstone and glowstone, and ground up steel, or regular steel. With the deuterium gets you modularium, which I have got here an ingot of in my inventory. We're going to be using some of that today. What else? I've added more machines to this stack because I added more of the simulation chambers. I've got wither skeleton, which costs 1,000 RF a tick. I've got wither, which costs 6,666 RF a tick. And I've got ender dragon, which costs also 6,666. They're not hard to make. This one just takes the dragon lair data, which you get from mixing hellish matter with impossible realm, which you get from any of them mixed with some experience chunks. And this guy, what was he? Another star. I made that last episode. I'm pretty sure I did that on camera because I've got all the dusts from the different rods, and I now have luminescence. And this guy was also pretty easy, just a wither skull, which you can make from regular skulls and hellish matter and get these from the skeleton mob. So really, it's easy to make them. I just hadn't made them yet because I didn't really need them. Though the wither skeleton does let me now get lead. So I'm getting lead. I've turned off a few of the materials that I don't need. Now I have an empty one again. I really don't need these either, but I'm running it for now. So with more of these machines, especially these high cost ones, I was going through the diamonds. I had to add another one or two of the numismatics there. And I was going through more of the pulsating, so I had to make some additional machines here. But now I've got up to 180k of that. I've got 65k of diamonds, so it's well backed up. And net positive once more. Let's see, the mixture machines, I've got another chemical reactor making the resonant cathrate. Another one making the polymer clay from the clathrate and clay. Another one making glass. Actually, I think this one was stuck to the back of the system because that was one of the first things I realized I was short on. And the last one just making the glass. I just looked at what was bottlenecking and added more machines to cope. I've also upgraded all of these machines to EV. I was actually doing it one at a time. I would take out, over here on top of this piece of cable, I stuck my EV CEF facing that way. And then along the back of the machines, I would take out the first of the LVs that were here, stick a piece of this steel cable, end steel cable behind it, and then place the new machine down. The new machines could sit on a LV cable, no problem, just not the other way around. So just as I was going down the line, replacing the machines, I would knock one out, place another piece of cable behind it, place it down. Once I was done, I ripped out all the LV stuff and moved the cable back down to the bottom. I've got 18 machines on a 16 line, but they're never all running at once, so it's fine. Though if I did start using them all, they're pretty expensive in their power, and I probably should add some more of these. Currently, I think it just starts going through all these capacitors and the capacitors in the engines themselves, plus the capacities on all the machines. They can run a few operations on their own. But that's a lot of power in here. So while I may, if I've got a whole bunch of them running at once, I may be using more power than I'm making, but I don't run out, and when I'm offline, it fills back up again. If necessary, I can always make more of those. Alright, anything else? Yeah, these are all now on the system since they're not over there. So I've got all the circuits and circuit-making pieces. We've got, let's count them here. 1, 2, those count as like a third. And then 3 more over here, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 different tasks we're going to do. And my frame rate is going down again. I added a whole bunch of mods to help, including lag goggles. Let me stop and see if that will tell me what's going on. And then we'll start with the first project chest. Well, I didn't find anything too conclusive. The only thing that ever pinged out red was a couple of squids, so I went out there and I placed some dread lamps, which prevent passive mob spawning. Just scattered a bunch around out in the water so we won't have any more squids. Alright, let's get back to project chests. So, one of the things I'm going to need, and I've left some of these tanks from my initial test run, because they have liquids in them, and you can't break them. They don't keep their liquids, or gases, or fluids, just to be general. I'm going to need a bunch of rare, so I don't need that anymore, rare fluids that you can get from air, but you need to do a lot of processing. So I'm going to set up a lot of processing. It's slow, unfortunately. Let's see now. This is the way I'm going to set it up. That didn't come out right, did it? I guess there's one more. Yeah, like that. These are the freezers, but they're going to be sharing. This wall is shared by these two sides. So when I put the controllers in, like so, you can see that they're sharing a wall. That means there can't be anything on those walls as far as inputs and outputs. So all the inputs and outputs are going to be in the top row above the machine. So what do I got? I've got fluid output, energy input, and fluid input. So I'm going to do the energy input output. All right. Energy. Going to place them in the back here. I think I need to hit them with a wrench to get them to face upwards. Then the fluid input. Also hit with wrench. And then fluid output. Oh. And they've all formed. There we go. And I'm going to power these with high voltage, because these are high voltage inputs. So I'll place that there and run some 4x, which is enough since there's only 4 of them. And of course that's going to be powered by our usual numismatic. Crouch to place it so that it's facing the target. Ender chest, that. So put some diamonds in it. This one has 2 speed upgrades, or 2 power output upgrades that seemed like it needed. Chest, and we're going to extract, and we're going to insert. That should keep it full. Yep, alright. And put some capacitors in there. Everybody should be getting power. Now, what are they going to take for their input? And that is going to be an advanced air collector 2, which is HV. Originally, I had everything medium voltage because I had medium voltage input hatches already, so I just set it up with that. Then I came out and I ripped out the medium voltage, put down the high voltage. I forgot that these were still medium voltage, and as soon as I plugged in the CEF, all 4 of them went poof. Because even though they don't, well, maybe they do take power. I guess they do take power. I had thought that they originally didn't. But these things collect air, and they output it. I think. Do they? No, they seem to all be going up. So we may have to hit them with a wrench. We'll hit the top, no, we'll hit the bottom side like that. I hate it when I hit something with a wrench and I hear an explosion. I guess the machines are just full already. That must be it. Idling. I can't see the block underneath, so I don't know if it's full. I think it is. I don't know if it was full, it would, I don't remember having trouble before. They should just output. Oh, it has an output on the side here. And this one is an out. They all have weird facing outputs. Alright, let's see if I can... Like that? No. Give me your output on the bottom. I thought I could do that. I could have sworn I had them set up this way. They have no GUI, so I can't tell what's going on with them. Yeah, and I know I had to have put down the input hatch first, because that you do need to hit with a wrench. Let's put it here. Let's make it face this way. Now that's working. I guess I must have done that. I don't remember doing that, but they don't seem to output to the bottom, so that's fine. This is the problem when I set something up and then disconnect it so that I can get other things set up. Another project chest. And I forgot how I had it all. I'm probably just making a mistake here that since I'm on camera and I just want to keep moving, I will realize later. That's usually what happens. By the time somebody says something in comment, oh, you didn't set this up right. I said, oh, yeah, I already fixed it because I just was in the moment while getting everything recorded. I wasn't paying too much attention. So why are you full? Or is this output full? Output's full. All right, they're all output full. Alright, so. Nope. See that? Yeah, I'm sure I did not have this like this. Disconnect. 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 Alright, that's good enough for the moment. Now, where does this liquid air go? It goes to this machine. Here's where the modular, the modularium came in. I had to make this guy, which was tier 3 circuits, which no problem. Modularium and one of the screens that I've been using. So it's not expensive. I've got an EV energy input, and I made the full-size ludicrous fluid hatch. As long as you've got the modularium, it's just some iron plates to make buckets and hoppers. And as you tier down onto the first tier, which is just a bucket and a hopper and one of these machine casings, which itself is either 8 or 4 in a assembler. I recommend going the 4-way, because you need more to tier this up. It didn't have to be that big, but I wanted it that big, so I did. Alright, so the energy input and that. Now, when I had my original mock-ups here, they were not the right size. Full size is 6 by 6. Like that. I think mine were like 5 by 5 or, yeah, 5 by 5. But this still works. And do these go on the bottom? I should think these... Trying to remember. I'm pretty sure they go on the second level. Oh, yeah, the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Those are going to be our I/O points. There we go. That is the pattern I wanted to make. The controller goes there. The input. Where's the input? Here it is. Which is also ludicrous. Did not need to be. Alright, now on the back, it goes fluid output, fluid output, fluid output, energy, fluid output, fluid output. And it has to be in that order, it seems. I tried other patterns, and it did not form. And these things are the same frost-proof casings that have been used elsewhere. Alright, now I need all of these. These are solid steel machine casings. Just a bunch of steel plates and a steel frame. So a whole lot of steel. And you just build up this pattern like this. And I could use a wand or the building thing, but I'm just going to do this. So I can make sure I don't interfere with the tanks. And I know I've got exactly the right amount, so I can just keep going. You can see how I got rid of the floor. Oh. There. And I did that for because these do need to be on the bottom. Alright, that's what I thought. Well, if I thought that, I would have done that. But there we go. It has formed. Missing fluid input. That's what these come in for. So grab some more fluid conduits. Okay, that's filling up. These things all kicked on now that they have room in their outputs. I'll just make that insert only. So that's the liquid air. But now it doesn't have any energy, so let's give it some power. grab all the rest of this. Alright, so we're going to take a EV, CEF, and we'll put it there. Same arrangement we always use. I'm still liking this for power. I may eventually go to one power system that everything uses, but for right now I'm still using these spot generators. I just like them. That should be kept full. Power. Oh, that's right. I did it differently. Hold on. Take all this down. I'm going to place this directly onto the machine. I did that just because it makes it that I'm for sure correct in the direction of everything. To this form again. Yes. Alright, so now that goes straight into there. And I'm going to use these cables to come over here to the numismatic. There we go. And then the ender chest as usual. Just slightly different arrangement. Up. Extract. Insert. Alright. Give this guy back his capacitors. Now, it should have energy and it should be running. Take a look. Missing structure. Wasn't missing structure before. Did I not place the power unit correctly? I think that's, yeah, that may be a different error. There's nothing coming out there. Still has its input. No, something's wrong. Alright, let's break this. Now it's got power. That seems to be right. It's not an orientation thing here. So now I don't know which side I went to. Alright, I think it's gone to the right side. Yeah. Process of elimination, it has to have connected itself the right way. Alright, put down the power again. We'll assume it's right. So these things will soon have outputs. And, oh, no, wait, I've got a solid steel. I broke a solid. That's what happened. You guys saw it. Alright, now it's processing. Now, it will send its outputs to a random one of these 5. In this case, there's going to be 3 different outputs, and it can go to any one of them. The first time it runs, it's going to fill 3 of them. There we go, oxygen in that one. Or the first one is nitrogen, then oxygen, then carbon dioxide, noble gases, and nitrogen. So there's 5 on this machine, that's right. Oh, no, 4. There's 4. But nitrogen is now here twice. Because it's run a second time. It will put... If it can't put it anywhere... It's rather stupid. I wish it picked one and always used that one for that output. If you pump everything out, then the next time it runs, you get another random collection, I guess. But here, even though there was already something with nitrogen, it put some in another. Though these, because they're all uniquely, they had the only slot with that material, it's reusing it because it can't go anywhere else. You know, reusing it is like the last thing it does, unfortunately. All right, so let's put some fluid conduits on here. And we're going to set them to extract on red. I think that sounds good. There's nowhere to go yet, so it's just going to be sitting in there. Never use fluid conduits on green. Of course, I did that over here. But do as I say, not as I do. All right, we're going to have some more conduits along here. And now we got these three. They are completely full of nitrogen, a lot of carbon dioxide, and completely full of oxygen, because I ran this before, and I just ran out of fluid cables. Now, just in case these ever get completely emptied, I want to make sure that the same stuff goes into the same unit. So let's put a filter here for, I think this was nitrogen. And I'll put both nitrogens, because I do that. Nitrogen? Yes. Your carbon dioxide, so give you a filter for carbon dioxide. What are you? Also carbon dioxide. And you are oxygen. All right. And now I can set them to insert on red. This is the only one that's going to be going up every now and then as the machine runs, because these two are full, which means they're going to stay in here. Yeah, there's nitrogen. And quite likely they're all going to fill up with nitrogen. Why is the carbon dioxide not going out? Oh, I didn't set the didn't turn extraction on. Noble gases has nowhere to go yet. All right, so now that the nitrogen is gone, next time it runs, this might fill, or now that the carbon dioxide is gone, all the rest still have stuff in them because they're either full or have nowhere to go. This is the only one that had somewhere to go, so it emptied. But when it runs, it might put nitrogen in here or oxygen, and then it won't be able to run anymore because it has nowhere to put the carbon dioxide. It's sort of stupid that way. So we really have to empty these things out. Which means, since I don't have any more room to store them, I could make more of these tanks, but I don't really need a ton of nitrogen and oxygen. So I'm going to make a liquid trash can. Put that down here. Put a filter in that and say, well, first, definitely make this low priority. And now oxygen, both types, and nitrogen, both types. I won't put the carbon dioxide in there because that's the one it makes the least of these three. And if it fills that up, might as well stop running if all three of them are filled. Because if carbon dioxide is filled, all three of them are filled. And now I can turn that one on. So now these should empty out. This should be empty, emptying into the trash can. That one's empty. Oxygen's going out. The other nitrogen is going out. So it's getting rid of those. All right, so now we have noble gases. 20 buckets worth. What do we do with that? Oh, and we've got screens here. Boop, boop. Nope, I can't place them like that. Place one there, one there. So this is nitrogen. So let's go get my nitrogen. Nitrogen. Click. Copy. Paste. And this one is oxygen. Oxygen. Copy. Paste. And now I can place the middle one, which is carbon dioxide. There we go. And because I do have uses for oxygen and nitrogen, Disconnect you. Cable here. Disconnect. That's why you never use green, because as soon as I place that, if something was going through green, it would get going through here. So we were going to extract on white, and we're going to insert on white. So this will put nitrogen into the ender tank. If I need it anywhere else, I can use this ender tank to move it around. And I'll do another one up here, also on white, to white. Alright, so that's set up. Anything left in my inventory that I forgot? Oh, yep, the capacitors. And I too late with the diamonds. Alright, so that's fine. Next, we've got another one. Yeah, you need a second one of these guys. And this one will turn the noble gases into their constituent parts. It doesn't run very often because, you know, the noble gases take a while to produce. All right, let's get up my same selection here. Fluid output, fluid output, fluid output, fluid output, fluid output, with the energy in the middle. Second layer. All right, that and that. Form? Oh no, not form. I got to finish building the tower. Let's see, what did I move that? I moved, no, yeah, that's it. I moved this away from where it was. Wall. Normal? Normal plus. No. Let's do wall. That works. In 2 batches. So I click here, right click, go up, right click, do it again. I haven't done a lot of building, so I haven't used it much, but it is nice. And I'll turn it off by going back to normal. That formed and should be good. Missing fluid input. All right. So we're ready for its fluid input. Now this one I want to put a filter on and get the noble gases into it because I only want those. And it's on red. And now we'll just sort of connect it up like so. It should be filling up with noble gases. It will not run until it reaches 36 or 50. Let's see. Uses of noble gases. It needs 53 buckets. Like I said, it takes a long time for this thing to kick off. But when it does, we'll be getting 4 different things. Oh, okay, it's also going to need some power. So let's do the same thing we did before. And can I think that worked. Run some of this over to there, so it's going to get power. I can't see. Let me break it for a moment. Yep, it's got power. Good. And do the same sort of thing we did before, though while they're green, I can disconnect there. So this section is not connected to this section. And now, just to save a little bit of time, I'm going to grab my conduit probe, crouch right click that one, and paste it onto all of these. Add the ones to go over the power. Actually, to make it easier to get around here, I did this one a little differently. I went up high and then came over like that. That way I can walk over here and stuff. And add... I find that if I'm inside this slope blocks, I can't place anything. Well, I take that back. I have to be just the right angle, I guess. Alright, so what are we going to be getting out of this thing? We're going to be getting helium. Oh, let's get my display screens. Place every other one to start. So this first one is helium. Helium. This middle one is argon. The top one is, I think, xenon. Yep. Xenon. You don't hear xenon too often, though I do remember it showing up in a movie, The Last Starfighter. Remember Greg telling him that the console display in the Starfighter was suspended in the xenon mist. Seems like a bad way to do a display. I put the last two down. We've got neon. Neon. And final one, krypton. Appropriately green. And now we can set them all to red insert. Oh, I didn't turn on. Crouch left click, turn that on. And right now they all have something in them, so they don't need their filters. And I don't have any filters. Did I forget them? You know, I must have forgotten them. I'll have to come back here and give them each a filter. For now, I'll just copy this and paste it onto all of them. Because if any of these tanks empty out, then they might get confused. So I need to have the filters on there just for safety. Has this thing run? Not yet. But it will. And it'll produce those rare gases that will eventually be needed. Now the nitrogen down there, I don't have nitrogen on my system, so its twin is right here, connected to the rest. So if anything out there needs nitrogen, and something will shortly, it can get it from here, which comes from down there. Likewise, I've taken the oxygen one, and I thought I had it in the back here. Maybe I'm not currently using it, because I have so much oxygen. All right, that is the end of that selection of project chests. It's just another one of these things. I want to get it started and leave it running, so because it's so slow building up of those fluids, just like the deuterium. Which, how are we doing? Not very much. Though I did use a little, like I said, to make the modularium. But yeah, that's a very slow process. Only have 1,500 buckets. All right. Speaking of fluids, we've got 3 more tanks up here that we're going to set up to fill, and 3 more project chests, though they're not one-to-one. Next stack of stuff. All right, which one is the C? Of course, it's the one that didn't end up on my hotbar. I'll put a CEF there. And for some reason, I made this a taller stack. Did I really make it 6, or did I move that back one? maybe at 6. It's in the corner, so it's a little. I think it was only 5. Oh, that's slow when I'm flying. For some reason, the drill doesn't work with conduits very well, even when I'm not flying. Annoyingly slow. I usually, if I'm demolishing a bunch of cable, I tend to switch to a different tool. All right, so what do we got here? We've got 4 advanced breweries. That's what we're going to put down first. 1, 2, 3. I've got 2 more devices, fermenter and chemical reactor. I think I had it like, oh, I didn't have that one there. And these are all trying to connect. Extract. So I want to make sure nothing's got an insert. Yeah, they're all just extract on green. That's fine. Yeah, because they get their stuff from the back. And a fermenter and a chemical reactor. I think the chemical reactor went down here. And he is set up to extract on red. I gotta remember what I was doing. Oh, I should have taken notes before I tore things down after setting them up. Anyway, these are breweries. They're going to be making something for us. Oh, wrong chest. I want, yeah, ender chests. Let's get the power too. That, those, that, these. Leave the rest for now. Capacitors. And we'll put this back here. Remember to give it the diamonds that I've got on me. Light blue, light blue, light blue is its fuel. So I'm going to stick that here. Item conduit. Extract. Insert. Alright, we got power going. And I'm going to put a stack of endervores. Get out my buckets. Always carry 2 buckets of water. It's the same as carrying as much water as you need. Alright, let's hook this thing up. First, fluid conduits. There's some fluid conduits over here. I'm going to have to break that. Again, because I've got nothing on green, nothing happens when that does connect temporarily. Now with these endervores, gravity is involved. If you pull water from the bottom, you can completely drain the whole thing faster than it can refill. But if you pull from the top, it has a chance to refill from below. So I'm going to only whack the top. Not that I need to, because I can also extract here. The rest of these I will turn off. That's more than enough water for our needs. And it is, I turned it to extract on green. That was a mistake, because there are things trying to get green. Instead, that's going to be on light blue for water. And these now probably all have water in them. No, no, no. Good. They didn't take the water. Not sure why not, but... And then we're also going to have, I guess I'm going to put it here, sugarcane chest. I briefly turned off my sugarcane farm upstairs, but so many things were using it, it actually drained it. And it had a fully upgraded drawer, too. So now connect all of this up. And again, I'm going to change the color of the extract to white. And we can extract. And white. Okay, nothing's going in the back because the back is the output and I have to click it with a screwdriver. That's good. Gives me a chance to set everything up before anything happens. That's why they aren't all filled with water. which is fine because I want them to have water eventually. All right, let's get out the screwdriver. Go whack, 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 whack. Might as well whack him too. Did I not hit this one? Yeah, allow. Allow. Wonder why that's creating a different intersection. Anyway. Nothing's going in. Oh, I set the fluid to white. The fluid should be to light blue. And the item should be to white. Not sure why I did that. All right, now we've got the two, water and sugar canes. And again, I'm going to grab my probe and duplicate. That doesn't duplicate everything, does it? Didn't even... Not even giving me the item. I think sometimes the probe just screws things up. All right, they should all have... Set this to round robin to make sure that they all get an equal share of the sugar canes. All right, they're all getting sugar canes. Now put back the fluid. Nothing on you. And your extract only, though this thing is pushing, so you don't really have to set that up. And for fluid, light blue. Really, you should turn it off before switching colors. Though this is a small, isolated segment, so it shouldn't matter, but it's just good to get in that habit. All right, water should be going up. So these are always... No, I didn't set this back to light blue. Over here. All right. Now the water should be going up in all of them. Yep. Yep. And they're all producing biomass, which is disappearing instantly. Why is it disappearing instantly? It's set to lime green out. It's going somewhere. I think I used biomass down here. Yeah. Someone somewhere. This guy. Well, he's got lime green, but I don't think he... No, that's an item. I'm not sure where the... Okay, it's going in here. So it's all going down here into this old distillery as part of the ethylene line. That's okay. It's not going to stay that way. Because we're going to now connect over the top of this one. But not actually connecting to it. And I need some more. This guy is full of fermented biomass. To get the fermented biomass, we run the biomass through a advanced fermenter. So you're going to insert on lime green. There you go. And you're going to extract on red. Red is the right? Yeah, red is the output. And you're going to connect up to this guy, who is going to get a fluid. Who got the fermented, just in case he's ever empty. There we go, fermented biomass. And do I have? No, I don't. It's in here. Fermented biomass. You guy. Paste. All right, we're going to be needing that. I forget what you do. I completely forget what this chemical reactor is supposed to do. All right, I'll come back to that. Maybe I'll remember. All right, next stack. So this one is, well, it had that. And it has a program circuit, 23. What can a 23, it says you can't search by that. There's 232 of them. Chemical reactor. It's 34 pages. Maybe I'll see methane. No. Polyethylene. No. No. Polyvinyl chloride. No. Nope. Nope. Getting close, I feel. Vinyl chloride. Nitrogen dioxide? Oxygen and nitrogen. Nitrogen dioxide. I don't think so, but maybe. Ah, I found it. Configuration 23. In the chemical reactor, hydrogen, nitrogen, which we're now making, and oxygen gets you dinitrogen tetroxide. That's what I need. That's what this machine is for. And I forgot to leave room for the things it needs. So this needs to be moved up to, and before it drains too much, let's turn that off and move its extraction to up here. You can also go pumping out. Now I got some room underneath to get to that guy. Now through the side we can put some of the materials we need. Oh, I bet you this already configured. Yep, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen. Those are our inputs. But it's going to produce water, which we don't want. Let's go ahead and turn on that insert so that it'll start filling up with the ingredients. It has no hydrogen. I'm out of hydrogen at the moment. These two are going to fill and then it's going to stop. Yeah, so I'm out of hydrogen at the moment. But it needs to get rid of its water that it makes as a byproduct, which I had a fluid trash can that got bundled into the wrong pile. Oh no, there's one over here already. Convenient. Never mind, that's why it wasn't there. Oh, we're going to disconnect that. So we don't want to, even though it's producing water and we need water in the machines above, it's not good enough, and this is good enough to feed them, so we're just going to trash its water. So we're going to extract on the same light blue, and we're going to insert on light blue. If those two ever touch, this thing will start dumping into the trash can, but it's no great loss. Now where is my hydrogen? We're really out? We're really out. I will have to make another source of hydrogen that's splitting water. But for now, it does make the dinitrogen tetroxide. So we have something else to label. There we go. And we'll go ahead and give it a connection. Oh, too full. Let's put down the CEF so I can get rid of these capacitors. See, that's that. There. Now this is a 16 CEF because this stack is going to use a lot of power, it seems. In fact, we're going to have to give it 2 numismatics. And we'll get out some item conduit. I have some here. Which is not quite enough. And we'll extract on green. Insert. Insert. And rotate these to face center. And put down one piece of power cable. So that should be getting its power. Let's go ahead and, oh, I should have, I'll just trash the diamonds. Alright, so with 16 CEF, we need 16 cable. And we'll make this one 5 as well. So we won't need all that room. We've got 3 distilleries. Those will go down first. We've got 4 chemical reactors. I think 2 go here. 1 goes there. And mixer goes there. And that goes there. Another chemical reactor. Alright, so what are we going to do? We're going to take the fermented biomass and we're going to turn it into 2 things. I think methanol and ammonia. Yeah, because you take methanol and ammonia and combine them, you get dimethylamine. And you take dimethylamine and combine it with chloramine, and you get the 1,1-dimethylhydrazine that we need to make rocket fuel. But we need to make the chloramine as well. And chloramine is ammonia, which we are making, and hypochlorous acid. With the ammonia to make the chloramine, yeah. Sorry, I had to cough there. Lost my place. Also creating water that we don't need. So I think that's the first thing we're going to do. The hypochlorous is, oh yeah, I was on this one. Mercury, water, and chlorine. Chlorine is always a problem because that only comes from salt. Mercury we got tons of. So we could just use the chlorine in water and get hypochlorous at 1 bucket with some diluted hydrochloric, or add in the bucket of mercury and you get 10 hypochlorous. Definitely worth it with the mercury. I forget what process makes it, but I haven't needed it, and I've got a lot of it, so might as well use it. So let's see, this is the hypochlorous, and the hypochlorous is then used with the ammonia. So let's go ahead and do this one. Let's put down the conduits, and then I can put down all the filters. Let's get the filters. No. Which one had them? Oh, I have got them in my inventory. All right. So first, this one is going to take the fermented biomass. Oh, it's not set the colors. Turn that off while setting the color yellow. So I should get it. Oh, this thing doesn't have the color set. Insert on red and extract on yellow. It's the usual combination. Yep. So you should have your fermented biomass. Now, the first one we'll do is the methanol, and that is a configuration 3. So 3. And now we're making methanol. You also get fermented biomass on yellow. You'll be outputting on red eventually. But you are going to make ammonia. Ammonia, which is a 4. There we go, 4. So there we got the ammonia. And I guess I can output them both on red safely because they don't have anywhere else to go right now. So they're just going to stay in there. All right, so ammonia and methanol, that combination ammonia, and methanol, dimethylamine. So that'll be this machine. Filter. Gotta have the two M's. Two ammonias. And methanol, excuse me. You get yours on yellow, and you'll be outputting on red eventually. Oh, no, this is another distillery. Got that wrong. Is there a third product we need? All right, well, we'll come back to it. We'll do this one down here since I've got it set up. So insert on yellow, output on red. Yes. Ammonia, methanol. I mean, I didn't turn on their outputs. No, it's out. Set. Oh, yeah, I got to set the... I know their inputs on the back. I guess I just got to set the output to the side. Which means I'll have to hit it with a screwdriver too, which I still have in my inventory. All right. That side is the output. That side is the output screwdriver. Do that for all of them. Output and input. Output and input. All right. So you should be still not getting. What did I do wrong? Insert on yellow. Ammonia, methanol. Oh, they're outputting on red. That's right. Normally they would go out on red to one of the storage tanks and come back in on yellow. But they don't have a storage tank, so this guy has to be insert on red. And there he goes. Now he's making water, which is being... Somewhere I've got a... Aha, red. Oh, so I could have just... This guy's water byproduct would be going to the trash can. I don't need that extra cable down there. I already have the trash can. That one's got a filter in it for water only, probably. Yep. All right. So water on the output lines gets destroyed. So all input water has to be on a separate line, or it's just going to get disposed of. So he's making water that's getting disposed of. The methylamine needs somewhere to go, so output on red. I never connected up this guy. But we'll do that now. And then this last one is... Oh, that's rocket fuel. I don't have a dimethylamine storage. I thought I did. All right, so you just hold on to that for now. And we're going to use that to mix with chloramine, and chloramine is ammonia with hypochlorous acid. Oh, can't speak right now. I've been having coughing fits. Ammonia and hypochlorous acid. So let's set this one up. This was a very complicated one. I put this off for a long time until I was sure I knew what I was going to be doing. Ammonia, 2 M's, and hypochlorous acid. You're going to insert on red. You're probably going to extract on red. So there's the ammonia, the hypochlorous. Okay, that was mercury, water, and chlorine. So I think that's what we're going to do up here. Yeah, I've got another reservoir. So this one we're going to have a filter. So this is making the hypochlorous. We need chlorine and water. Chlorine. Is there another chlorine? No. Mercury. And those get inserted on red. No, they'll be on yellow now. So coming from the main system. There they go. Chlorine and mercury. And now it needs water. So I'll put my Endervor. I'll just go ahead and attach it like that, with 2 down below that it can't touch. Thanks for the memories. Yeah, I said it. I don't know why. Put those away, put that away, put that away. All right. And I'm just going to whack that with a wrench. So he should... Oh, no. Need to set his... Get these back. His output is on this side, and that's an input and an output. But he can now input from the back as well. But he's not running. Oh, there he goes. He just needed to get enough water. All right, there's the hypochlorous acid. So that, I guess, is going to have to go out on red. Because that needs to come down here, and it's only inputting on red. Which is fine, because I didn't have anywhere else to go. So red, go out. Now this guy should kick on. There he is. Got the chloramine. And the chloramine, mixed with the dimethylamine that we're making here, is going to make diluted hydrochloric and the dimethylhydrazine. All right, so actually I'm going to move these two, because it makes more sense to have that one there. Then the mixer. So you, remember those chemical names. We're making dimethylamine and chloramine. Nope, a filter. Dimethylamine and chloramine. And we're going to bring those in on red. Dimethylamine's coming in. How about the chloramine? Is that not set to export yet? Yeah, all right, there we go. There it comes. And it is making 1,1-dimethylamine, right? Yep, and diluted hydrochloric acid. All right, so the 1,1-dimethylamine, we mix that with dinitrogen tetroxide to make rocket fuel. All right, that's it. That's the last step. So you are going to output on red. Yes. Yes. Whoop, I froze. You need to be set up, though. Output on yellow. And input on red. There we go. So actually it's going to be input on yellow. So this needs to output on yellow. And then you, with a filter, are 1,1-dimethylhydrazine, just call it hydrazine, and dinitrogen tetroxide. Woohoo, I remembered. And you're coming in on yellow. There it goes. And we got rocket fuel, which goes out on yellow. And we'll now connect, oh, no, not yellow, goes out on red. And now we connect you up to here, which also gets a filter to only accept rocket fuel. And there's 2 of them, so we'll take them both. And you insert on yellow and output on red. Rocket fuel. And do I have the last of the monitors? Screens. Wrong way. There we go. Rocket fuel. There we go. And that is what I'm going for. And I've got 1,651 buckets. Now everything's... Oh, it's not outputting because I didn't... No, it's red. Oh yeah, yellow. It has to go out in yellow. I had it right in the first place. There we go. Now it's going up. So all of these machines were to make rocket fuel. Now you don't have to mix it with the dinitrogen tetroxide. Uses. Oh, it just disappeared. Rocket fuel. Instead of mixing it with the dinitrogen tetroxide, you can just mix it with plain oxygen. But that gives you 3, while this gives you 6. And this is really easy to make. So it's just the oxygen and ammonia. No, I was using the hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. I'm getting those from air and water. So it's a no-brainer. Why did it stop outputting? Oh, it didn't. That was a glitch. All right, good. But we're going to come to a grinding halt when this diluted hydrochloric acid fills up. So I thought I had another machine. Was that what you were for? No. Let me figure this out. Well, first things first, I don't have enough hydrogen. So let's go ahead and set something up for that. Since this is the EV stack that I've made, let's put down another electrolyzer here. Get another visual glitches with the endervores. We're going to make it so that it only takes... You know, it would have been more convenient to put it up there. If I hook it up to... Let's do this. And disconnect a lot of this. And then you extract on light blue. And you insert on light blue. So you should get water. No, and then you got to... Your back is an output. No, your this side is going to be the output and an input. All right, now you should be getting water. Really? Did I not turn that on? I did not turn that on. Insert water. I think it's just delayed. Yeah, there it is. All right, so that's going to take water, and it's going to make hydrogen and oxygen. Now, the oxygen, I've got 2 full quantum tanks, but it's also got a trash can up there to set to get rid of the excess on a low priority. But hydrogen, I got nothing. So let's output these to red, right? Yeah. And there goes the hydrogen, and the oxygen isn't going. Oxygen isn't going. Oh, I took down the trash can. I should set that back up. Do I have a spare? I do have a spare. That's going to be green, because nothing's on green. And we're going to say you are only oxygen, either type. You are low priority. And you are red. All right. That should get rid of this oxygen. Yeah, so it come back on. There it goes. Excess oxygen out of the way. That's one of the ones I've got the most of. But that'll give us the hydrogen that this guy needs. There he goes. And he is not running because this needs a circuit, doesn't it? It needs a 23. That's right. I've got the 23 right here. All right, it's running. It's just a little slow. It's only HV. But that'll get us the dinitrogen tetroxide. But I've got plenty backlogged. Oh, there it just went up or down. I'm not sure which. All right. Oh, yeah. I forgot. The last thing is getting rid of this diluted, which can turn into hydrochloric acid, which I do have a tank for. That needs a distillery with a configuration 1. I've got the configuration 1. Where is the distillery? Electrolyzer. Is this one this one's unused? All right, this is the one that I needed. All right, so it's going to come out of here on yellow. So we're going to give you a filter for diluted hydrochloric acid. Coming in on yellow. Oh, turn off. On yellow. You didn't get something accidentally, did you? Nope. All right. With that, and you're going to output on red. Yep, there. And that's going to go up to this tank here. So we should see this go up in a second. There it went. All right. That's what the last one was. Originally I had it over here, which is why I was confused. All right, and now that chest is empty. That chest has some extra fluids. Let's see. This is chloramine. Which one of you takes chloramine? You? Yeah, chloramine. So can I just whack you? No, it doesn't work with the drums. It's all right. I keep these high quality pressurized tanks. Oh, and can you pick up, or you just pick up one? You just pick up one. This is pretty quick. Extract. Insert. Might as well use it. This is what was in the system when I tore it down. And put down the other one to start filling. And you have some free. And a bit more. Now you picked it up. Put it down. There we go. What else do I have? I've got ammonia. Where am I going to put that? Which one of you takes ammonia? You do. There you go. And the last one was... what is that? Hypochlorous. All right. And you're going to go... that one's full. I'm not going to have anywhere to put it. All right, well, nice thing with these things, if you want to just dispose of what's in them, just craft them. You can put them down again. That should finish off the tank. Yeah. Or maybe not. There was a little bit more than 2. Craft it. And craft it. Alright. Drums are now all empty. Put these back. Basic item filter. Ah, I think that's for this last machine. Alright, last one. An advanced electrolyzer, again. What is this one going to do? Well, I've got some drawers here. I'm going to put down. This one contains scheelite dust. That's the input to this. So we look at this and we electrolyze it with hydrogen. You get calcium and tungsten, these two. And it's the tungsten we want. The oxygen will just get trashed. There's another user of hydrogen. So I'm glad that we've got more of that coming. And one of you. Let's put down this. So it's going to take hydrogen. Give it the filter for that. Both hydrogens. And that is input on yellow. There's its hydrogen. And now an item conduit. It's going to be inserting on white. Oop. I should have put the filter in first before I connected that. Oh, it's already set to sheet light. Good. All right. So as soon as I say you can extract on white, this should get the sheet light. And should be running. It's very slow, unfortunately. And the output, put you away, is going to go, you don't need to do anything, you don't need to do anything, but you're going to be inserting, and so are you. And they're locked, so I don't have to put filters on them. But you need to extract, also on white. Is that what I'm doing with the items? Or was I using another color? See, white going in and out. Orange. No, that's specifically for that one. Dark gray, that's a specific one. I guess I'm just using white. So insert on white, and you extract on white. There they go. All right, so we've got tungsten. I haven't gotten a lot of it. This is one of the last things I set up. But with tungsten in a blast furnace, we can make hot tungsten. That makes tungsten ingots, and then put that back through a blast furnace. With carbon, you get tungsten carbide, and with steel, you get tungsten steel. And I think I've got 2,700. I think I can do 2,700 with what I got. Let me try it out. Let's do one tungsten steel. I have not done this before. Steel. Oh, so all of a sudden we've got tetrachloride again. So this will be running. Let's turn it off. The switch controls this pump. So turn that off. It's still... Alright, it's done. There's still tetrachloride in there, but that won't matter because this doesn't use a liquid. Those two. No, it's not hot enough. Let's see. Or do I have to... Oh, no, that's right. I have to blast it first to tungsten. So just by itself? No, I really don't have that heat, do I? That's 3,000. Alright, and that... it's 1,800. I've got the yellow, which is only 27. Alright, so I can't do that yet. I've got to get up to the nichrome. But I do have nichrome. I think I've made nichrome. Not there, up here. Nickel dust, nichrome. I do have some. To make the coil, I'm going to need 16. So, yeah, I'm going to need a lot of nichrome wire. I probably don't have enough made. I think I need like 2 stacks. So, need to make some more of that, which is chrome and nickel. Alright, well, let me do that, and I'll be right back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too long. Episode's too long. I'll do that off camera. It's just a matter of swapping those out. Alright. We'll end it here. Lots of stuff done here. We've got rocket fuel. I've got two more project chests. They'll just have to wait for the next episode. I'll probably just record that back to back. So I'll see you next time. This is Nonsanity signing out. Take care, be good, and see you next time.